Before you move to Midlothian, Texas, there are a few things that you need to know that most people don't talk about. I'm Kristin Jones with RE/MAX Frontier. I have lived in Midlothian for 22 years along with my husband and 2 children, and I'm going to tell you a few things about Midlothian, Texas. If you are considering a move to south of DFW and you're thinking Cedar Hill, Waxahachie, Mansfield, Midlothian, I'm going to tell you a few of the reasons why Midlothian is the choice for you. If you are a family and you are looking to get your kids into better school districts, better sports opportunities, or if you're an individual who is maybe wanting a little bit more land, work from home, so you have the sanctity and peace of being at home and out of the city, you can travel about 30 minutes into DFW or Love Field Airport or to downtown Dallas or Fort Worth. This video is for you. So if you're thinking about moving to Midlothian or anywhere in Ellis County, I'd love to help. My info is down below. I'd love to visit with you. So like I said, I have lived in Midlothian for 22 years with my husband and children. Our entire family has actually moved to Midlothian from where we grew up. Both of our kids have gone through school district here all the way from kindergarten all through seniors and high schools. We've been to multiple schools because we've moved to different parts of town, and we've loved it. We've loved everything about MISD. The kids have played all sports. They've had amazing teachers, amazing coaches, amazing administration, all the way up through superintendent. It's a very close-knit community where you can always find something to get involved in. And it's one of those towns where, you're pulled over on the side of the road and stopped because you're having car trouble and someone's going to stop and offer to help. People are going to smile at you in the grocery store and say hello and make eye contact. People are going to wave at you on the road. All the kids here that work at fast food restaurants are so kind, so respectful. It's just one of those places where you really enjoy raising your kids. We have seen the town grow immensely since we've been here. When we first moved out, it just seemed like a small country town. And the great thing about Midlothian is you still have that small country feel, but we're definitely growing. We've got opportunities for jobs, not just for adults, but for kids as well. We've got some new stores and new amenities coming to town that have been really great. All of your athletes, your theater kids, your music kids, they've got an opportunity to be involved here in Midlothian, and they're entirely supported by the community. If you do have a family and you move to Midlothian, know that there is a place for you here and there's a place for your kids here. Whatever they are involved in, they can find a group here that will support that, and the town supports that. One of the best things that you can see as far as community support is either coming out to one of the high school's homecoming parades. We have music in the park on Friday nights during the spring and the summer, and that's so much fun. And also Midlo Fest. It's a great way to get out and see, like I said, that small town feel, but still we're growing, we're supporting local. Our Chamber of Commerce does an amazing job with the town, supporting new businesses, entrepreneurs, things like that. So I encourage you to check the link below and look at the events that we've got going on in Midlothian, and just stop by one day when the weather's nice, walk around downtown, eat at one of our local restaurants, and you'll enjoy the company. Midlothian ISD is a great place for your kids to go to school, starting from pre-K all the way through seniors and high school. They've got clubs, communities, sports, anything that your kids can think of as far as wanting to get involved, they've got something to offer them. We've got a great crosstown rivalry between Midlothian Heritage High School and Midlothian High School. But the great thing about that is, even though the rivalry's fun on Friday night lights or the basketball game, volleyball game, softball game, whatever it is, these kids are friends on the weekends. They play club sports together. They hang out at the local Sweet Frog together. They're just friends, and they support each other and they cheer for each other. And that's a great thing about the school district. One thing families notice here is how long teachers stay. High retention shows strong leadership, community support, administrative report, and that's just a healthy school culture for your children. Midlothian ISD recognizes that not all children learn the same, and they've got many different paths for your child to be able to succeed here. Anything from athletic programs to gifted and talented, technology education, cosmetology, all great things that your kids can be a part of. Strong athletics and fine arts are a big part of the vision for Midlothian ISD and their students. Everything from band, choir, theater, and arts program, they're all taken very seriously here. These programs build confidence, discipline, and community pride just beyond athletics. Our community support for our schools is like no other. Parents, local businesses, and communities show up for each other, whether it's Friday night football games or school fundraisers. Midlothian rallies behind its schools and their students. One thing that surprises most buyers about moving to Texas, especially Midlothian, is property taxes. But it's not bad once you understand it, but it is different. Texas makes up for no state tax by property taxes, so the rate feels higher, but the overall tax picture can work in a buyer's favor. One thing buyers need to look out for in new construction is that first year payment is not your forever payment. Typically, the first tax bill is often based on land value, and once the home is completed and reassessed, taxes can jump significantly for that next year and the years following. And one thing to understand about Midlothian is two homes with the same price range, their taxes can vary differently depending on where they are in the city. School taxes matter. So the school district has a tax, you have a city tax, you have a MUD or a PID tax possibly, depending on where you are, or you're in the county and you have a different tax for that. One thing to understand when you move here is that you can apply for a homestead exemption on your taxes. It reduces your taxable value and it also caps how much your assessed value can increase annually. Now, that's not automatic. You have to apply for that. But as long as the home is your primary residence, you can use it as a homestead. One thing buyers need to understand when they are looking in new construction and a new subdivision is you can have a MUD or a PID tax. That's something that we need to ask about and talk about. It's an extra income tax for infrastructure. It can add hundreds or sometimes even $1,000 per year. It usually declines over time, but buyers need to know that they exist and we need to ask those questions. All of these things are why you need to work with a local agent before purchasing a home. These are questions that we need to ask and talk about before you purchase the home, so that way it's not a surprise after you get that first mortgage bill. Another big decision for buyers in Midlothian is whether we're looking at new construction or an established neighborhood. There's no wrong answer here, but they're both very different experiences. When you're looking at new construction, I don't have to state the obvious. Everything is new. Roof, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, all of those things are such a huge incentive to buy a new construction home. Also, builders can offer incentive programs that a resale home cannot offer. And that's a great incentive for people who are wanting to do some upgrades to the home or help buy it down an interest rate or help with closing costs, things like that. But then we have to look at the negatives as well. We're talking about, a higher tax bill in the beginning. It could possibly be the MUDs and the PIDs that we've talked about earlier. That's going to die down over time, but it can be a little cumbersome in the beginning. Now, if things like mature trees, larger lots, knowing what's already built around you, if those things are appealing to you, that's when you start to look at established neighborhoods and established homes. A lot of what you'll find in Midlothian is homes with lots of character. There are tons of custom builds out here. The tax history is easier to review, so there's going to be no surprises there. You've got custom layouts, unique designs. There's not a lot of cookie cutter neighborhoods in Midlothian that are already established. So what I tell my buyers when they move to Midlothian is whether we're looking at new construction or established neighborhoods, that just comes down to what kind of lifestyle you want. We can do low maintenance, or we can do character and space, or you might be able to have that all in either or. That's why we take our time. We look at several different options and we narrow it down to homes that we like, homes that we love, homes that are no. And what I do tell my buyers is there's no perfect. Perfect doesn't exist. Even if you build it in 6 months, you're going to say, man, I wish we'd have moved that door. I wish we'd added a window here. So just know that perfect doesn't exist, but we can definitely get you in a home that you absolutely love and you will be pleased to call home. One of the biggest reasons people move to Midlothian is not just the schools or the houses, it's the lifestyle that we have here. Life tends to move a little slower here. There's less rushing everywhere. We're still close to DFW, Dallas and Fort Worth. You've got easy access on major highways to get there, within 30 to 45 minutes. What a lot of buyers say here is it just feels calmer, but you're not cut off from anything. You have access to anything that you could possibly need in the city. We've talked about the schools and how the community supports and rallies around our school. There's such a strong sense of community here. Like I said, whether you show up for Friday night light football games, local events and festivals, school fundraisers, supporting local businesses, it's a place where people truly know their neighbors. And that's a great feeling when you've raised a family or when you're living out here on your own. Growth is definitely happening in Midlothian, but it's intentional. Our city council and chamber of commerce, they do a very great job at planning the businesses that are coming, how Midlothian's growing, our new construction, our roads and infrastructure, things like that. It's still trying to protect its small town roots. Many of our Midlothian residents commute for work, and things that they say are they feel like they get home to a retreat when they leave from work. They leave the hustle and bustle of the city and come back to the country. Midlothian is a great fit for families, professionals who want space, and people who just value community. If you're looking for nonstop nightlife, being able to walk anywhere that you want to go, Midlothian is probably not the town for you, and that's okay. When you put the school, homes, and lifestyle together, it makes sense why so many people choose Midlothian to call their home.